Hey, how's it going, everyone? Dennis here from primedtraders.com. And in this video, what we're going to be going over is a very simple strategy, which you guys can employ pretty much from after watching this video if you have some understanding. Now, the thing is, I'm going to be keeping this video a little short, and I'm going to make a much longer video about this either on YouTube, or I'm going to put it on Udemy as a free course and just explain in detail how all of this can work and benefit you as a trader. Keeping in mind that I generally day trade, I don't focus on anything higher in terms of execution than minute charts, specifically single digit minutes, like not higher than 10. And in most cases, I execute on the 50 or the 100 tick chart. So these are very short term charts using CTrader, but it's not mandatory. You can use it on the daily chart, 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart. It's a pretty simple strategy, and it actually generates good results. Um, we're not going to go over the actual strategy, but we will go over the strategy, but we won't go over in depth into it because I just can't afford to make a video that's extremely long on TradingView. Um, I, I will break it down and do a live session sometime this week. So make sure you give us a follow, and you'll get a notification in regards to that if you like what you see here. So what I'm going to go over is something called the PIK, the PIK strategy, and that involves three things. It's actually a byproduct of the actual predator system, which you can see in my signature below, or our signature below. By clicking on the day trading course link, you'll see much more information of this strategy. So what I'm going to go over in this video is the three things that revolve around this, and they are the three letters PIK, which is price action indicators, key levels. Before we even jump into anything, I do want to go over a little quote here, and that is this following sentence that's written on your screen. I think that every successful person begins with two beliefs. The future can be better than the present, and I have the ability to make it better. Pretty simple. So what does this mean? This means that we need to take responsibility for our results. That's the most important thing in the world. I generally found a lot of success in my early 20s. I'm 32 right now. Pretty much at the age of 21, I became extremely successful at what I was doing, which was working at brokerages. And the reason for that is I pretty much made the decision to do so. My background didn't give me any favors. I didn't finish school, dropped out at 13 years old. Fact. Washed cars, waited tables, was a barman in TGI Fridays, grinded my way to a job. I had a decision. I could be average, or I could add that little extra and turn the ordinary into extraordinary. And that's exactly what I did. I took responsibility. So giving you um, I'm basically explaining to you guys that you need to take responsibility for your results. An amazing book that's going to help you. Well, because there are so many different people in this world, there are two different books that I'm going to quote here. The first one is The 10X Rule, written by Grant Cardone. It explains that you should go big or go home, 10x everything, 10x your goals, 10x your actions, go really big. And then the other book is called Atomic Habits, which pretty much explains that you don't have to, go wild into something. You can just try to be 1% better. 1%. That's it. Of course, you can try to be 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10 times better, as Grant Cardone puts it in the 10x rule. Or you can make a combination of both. I think that books are really important because I'm ranting around on personal development, but I really believe it's important. Personal development is vital for anything you do. Um, so yeah, um, yeah, let's just jump into this. I'm not gonna waste more time trying to make you guys uh, read the book. Let's talk about the system. Let's jump into this. So, as you guys can see, we've got three indicators on our chart. One is the VWAP, the daily VWAP. The second is the VPSV, which is the volume price analysis of TradingView. Not mandatory, but quite useful. As you guys can see, we have three. Let's turn off the VWAP. We have three layers of information from this indicator, the VPSV, and that is the blue line, the red line, and the blue line at the bottom. This means the end of volume down here usually indicates a support. You guys can see that working out pretty much here. This is the top area. You guys can see that working out pretty well here. So you had a fake out, price rejection, push down. This is the POC, and you can see that a lot of selling has occurred at these two levels. That red one, pretty useful to know, very good indicator, but you need to have a premium version of TradingView, which I highly recommend if you want to take trading seriously. The next thing is the daily VWAP. We can as well see the daily VWAP, which doesn't paint, by the way, working out pretty nicely here and here, confirming the selling points towards the bottom. And this is the Lagur RSI. It can help you. We have an algorithm, by the way, for CTrader that's based on this and can actually help you execute trades flawlessly. The Lagur RSI, when it forms these kind of hooks towards like this here or here or here or even over here, I'm testing this one. This is not the one that we pretty much use, but let's not go over this one right now. Let me just remove it for now. We don't need it. I'll set up another one later. Lagur RSI actually helps you with really good entries. I could show you on CTrader, but there's no point. We'll just find a good one on TradingView, and I'll make another video. So we'll focus on these two. So that's the first point, and that's the second point, which is indicators. The first point is price action. So the markets speak only one language, and that language is called price action. I focus a lot on price action. I don't want to go short, for example, because we focus on short-term moves in the market. So let's go over to the 1 minute chart. One sec, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so we have all the levels. So like here, look. Let's start with this here, and I'll explain how price action works. So this market is bearish. I don't want to look for a long anywhere here. In fact, what I want to do is wait for price action to make a little pullback, and as long as we're forming lower highs and lower lows, like here, all these pullbacks, you want to be executing shorts in the direction of the move constantly. As long as this is happening, you want to execute shorts. So and now this is where the Lagur RSI comes into place. Those hooks are actually formed on these pullbacks. Let's see if we can find a good one. Lagur RSI, Lagur based RSI. Let's see. Let's get this one in here. Okay, so we just need to make it a little more proactive on what's happening with price action. So let's play with this a little bit. 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. 7, 0.8, 0.9, So we get a lot of hooks here. 1. No, 1 is the most. Okay, so let's leave it at 1 so it can be very active. So what we want to be looking for is to execute trades when I'm giving you a lot of very good information here, by the way, which I'll go over live. What we want to be doing is executing trades when there is hooks occur. So when this pushes back down, when it goes below the threshold, which is 0.8, like here. See, so there is a hook over here that should be classified as a short. Over here, you have another hook. You can see that price action is making the hook, coming back down. That is also an indication for a short. The one we have is custom made on CTrader, so it's much better than this one. But anytime, like here, you see, there is another hook over here and here. That's what we want to be executing on. Only the actual hooks, but this isn't. This is a little slower than our one. Our one's pretty nice and fast. And I'll show you that here, for example. I'll find somebody who shares it, and you'll see just how fast it is. Not here. Give me a sec. I'll find myself. So here, for example, this is Balada. Remember, this is our Lagur RSI. Look, I'll show you like this. So you see, it's much faster. The hooks happen more consistently, and it doesn't paint, by the way. So when you get a confirmation, you get a confirmation. So there's a lot of hooks here for longs. For example, here you have a hook, and you want to connect it to the rest of the system. So I'm not going to go over that in too much detail. We're already at 10 minutes. I want to focus on price action and just explain it as best as I can. So I'm looking to only look for shorts, 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 until we form a higher low. So you can see that price action has made a nice little rejection over here. So now we're going into key levels. We went over indicators, price action, and key levels. We're going to go over simultaneously and just explain how the market was moving. Like I said, sometime throughout the week, we are going to go over a more in-depth live session. So I'm going to do a live stream and trade live with this. So price action makes an extensive move. Okay, you never should expect that the market's going to continue dropping unless there is some extreme news. The market makes a push. You have a top over here. Price action is going down. You're looking for shorts. You have a rejection area here. You're looking for shorts. Now here you can see that there is a spike. We're talking about a key level. Really important, these spikes. Price action holds, and then here you have a higher low. Look, you have a higher high. See, we're killing off the previous highs. We have a higher low. Now we're looking to start going longs. So price action has given you a confirmation. You're doing that the whole time until, like for example here, by the way, the VWAP's really good, talking about indicators now. Price loves to gravitate to it throughout the day, and you can see the white level here, that's the VWAP. Price action does double rejection here. We have a support, we have a lower low. Price action does a rejection. You can see plenty of rejection. You can add fibs to this equation here, and you can see that price action is pretty much using the 30 and 38.2 level. That's the levels we use. Forming a lower high. As it starts going down, you can start looking to enter. Now, keeping in mind, of course, the levels. Now, what levels are important to me? The day has begun here, okay? At Prime Traders, I teach people to focus on the high of the day and the low of the day. The low of the day being over here. Now we make a new low, so I ignore this one and I focus on this one. Now what do we see, guys? We see that price action comes to that low of the day, makes a new low. You can see that clearly right there. So price action makes a new low. Really important, by the way. Price action makes a new low, goes back up. We can do the fib thing again, or we can just, focus on the previous rejection areas. Price action forms a lower high. How do you know that? You wait a little bit, you chill. The whole point of trading is to be focused and goal oriented. And what is your goal? To follow your process and make a profit. That's everyone's goal. Yet, most traders, and I might swear just to get my point across because this really fucking pisses me off, because we have people in the community, in my community, who come and they want to become traders from day fucking one. People want to be making money right off the bat. Okay? And that's a big problem. You don't go to pilot school and say, I really want to be a pilot, so I'm going to fly a plane next week. Going live, real. Fuck the virtual stuff. Let me go right into it, and I'm going to pick up a 747 or whatever they're called, and I'm going to fly 700 passengers to their, destination, and if it fucking drops, it's okay. You know? People just don't get it. Guys, you can't expect to start making money from trading straight away unless you build the right foundation. Now, most people can't build a round foundation because they're so focused on the money part. Money is a byproduct of doing good things. Same thing for business. What do you think, that Jeff Bezos became a billionaire because he was, aggressive and he really wanted to make money? No, he cause and effect, for the love of God. Good causes, good results or effects. Great causes, great results, effects. Bad, average causes, bad, average results. What is bad and average in trading? Sitting there all day, executing trades constantly. Trying to be in this move, trying to be in this move, in this move, in this move. You want to be in every fucking move, you're going to lose money. So when I say sit down, chill, wait, like don't try to predict a reversal right, right from the get-go here, depending on how you're trading, of course. But, have some kind of criteria. Let's say you want to get into this move. The market starts going down. As soon as you see that the market's starting to push towards the upside, let it hit your stop or get out. You will always be able to re-enter. Focus on price action, focus on key levels. The market starts going down. Try to get into this. You don't have to, enter here and exit, down here. You can pretty much execute here or here or here. Take your profit once you see some kind of support or trail it or whatever else makes most sense to you, and then wait for a better entry. So in this case, you can clearly see that there's a new daily low. We already spoke about this. There it is. That's a new daily low. Price action comes to that daily low. You have an opportunity to short, but you also know that this is the new daily low, right? That's why I love to focus on daily lows and highs, because they become pretty important. Market pops into a range using the bottom and the previous daily low as support. Now, this is really important. Before a range breaks, what you are going to notice is usually a lower high if it's going to be breaking down, or a higher low if it's going to be breaking up. In this case, that's exactly what happens. We can see the POC over here. Price action forms a new daily low or support area. And what do? We try to approach the previous area. We form another lower high here. That's your cue. Then you see a support. Price does this again, starts forming a lower high, playing around. But this is already the end of the week, end of the day. In any case, listen, I've been ranting on for about 16 minutes. Um, on this channel, I focus on teaching people and releasing information that's valid. What is valid? It means that it actually is being used by us. Like I use this stuff every day. It's very hard for me to go over this in 16 minutes, but I'm going to do my best tomorrow and the day after and the day after to be releasing quality information right here on TradingView so I can help as many of you guys become successful. So a quick summary. Let's start with the motivational aspect of it and focus, the part that we spoke about. When it comes to focus, there was two things that we spoke about. You need to know that you can change the future, create a future for yourself, and then understand that you can do it. And if there are problems in your trading, don't blame anyone. Don't blame somebody who's teaching you, or some book, or your wife, husband, or whatever else. One thing that I always say to myself is that I'm the problem, I'm the solution. You are the trader at the end of the day. So take responsibility for your trading. Number two, don't expect that you're going to be making a lot of money from trading from the get-go. The more you make and the quicker you make it, I promise you, the quicker you're going to lose it. Your trading is going to get out of hand. One thing that I really advise everyone in my community, even though not everyone follows it, I got to tell you that, I don't really do private coaching, because we're extremely cheap and I just can't devote time to everyone. But the thing that I tell people is, take a limited period of time throughout the day, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and just sit there with complete concentration at the task at hand. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. One sec. I'll show you guys a picture. So, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Should be near. No, I can't find it. Give me a sec. I wish I could find it. Yeah, I got it. So here it is. Can you guys see? No, you can't. Let's try to share it to Discord. Okay, here it is. So you can do multitasking and let your results be like this, or you can do focusing. Focus on one thing, one task at a time. Your results will be much, much better. So for me, it's really important. I sit down and I use complete concentration for a limited period of time. That allows me to really understand and feel the market. I These days I only trade two assets. Throughout the London session, I focus on the DAX. Throughout the evening session, if I do trade, I focus on Nasdaq. That's where I put my concentration. I know they're going to be moving, and that's it. Um, Anyway, then I went over the other three things. We're doing a summary, which is the indicators, which we'll go over in more detail in the next video. So make sure you subscribe. Um, Price action, really important. And finally, key levels, also pretty important. But you don't need many of them. You just need these two. You can focus on the VWAP in terms of indicators. You don't need the VPSV. but it comes highly recommended. And then you can just focus on the daily highs and lows, and as the market's moving, just continue to map that out, and you can see that, you can see that on pretty much every single day. Like, let's remove the VPSV. I have the period separators on, and I'll show you. Here's a day. Look, that's a trading day right there. That's a trading day. It begins